of the Coast would work to make Legacy more affordable on Magic Online. There's no reason Legacy should be expensive on Magic Online. It is one of the most expensive formats to play online, and there's no reserve list here for them to use as some kind of messed up excuse for, like, why they're not supporting the format. Like in Paper Magic, when WotC doesn't want to support Legacy, they just get to say, we made a promise 2.5 decades ago, and we'd rather keep that promise to 24 people that are hoarding Magic cards rather than let people play our game. But, like, on Magic Online, it's just, like, abundantly evident that, like, WotC just doesn't want people playing Legacy, because if they wanted to, Legacy could be as inexpensive to play as Standard or Modern on Magic Online. Yep. And, like, it's not even the dual lands that cost money on Magic Online, right? Because there's no reserve list, right? They let random cards like Rishadan Port and Exploration and... They don't... Sure. But I think that's a cop-out. I think any company that's as large as Wizards of the Coast, they're actively thinking about all the things, and they know that people playing Legacy hurts their Standard bottom line, because Legacy's a really sweet format, and if more people had access to it, less people would play Standard, so by keeping Legacy expensive even on Magic Online, they're able to get more people into Standard. You have way more faith than I do. Yeah, I mean... You know. And again, queue times. Waiting to queue. Hi-ho, the cheerio, waiting to queue. Yeah. Because then you create another format divide, right? According to Hasbro's investor reports, it's still growing as a game. Alright, we got a live one. Okay, so this is people that are taking notes on how you play this deck. Our first mistake was losing the die roll here. So, if you're gonna play the all-in red deck, I would recommend always winning the die roll. Because now our opponent's gonna get to play a 1-mana spell before we get to play Chalice of the Void. That's really unfortunate. Opponent chose not to shuffle. That's actually a pretty good draw, because it means I can play this Chalice of the Void through a Daze. And I think I'd rather play this through a Daze rather than play Mountain and play this and keep my City of the Traitors around. Because, like, so City of the Traitors taps for 2 mana, but I have to sacrifice it if I play another land. But I think this is still ideal here. Trying to, like, crack this fetch and play a Pyromancer and make me really sad. So we know our opponent probably doesn't have a Force of Will, or they might have, like, a main deck Culligan's Command, perhaps. Some way. They have some way to either interact with this, or they didn't have a Force. Hopefully it's the latter. Ooh, we could just die here. They're playing Storm. This sideboard's a little bit light on ways to interact with Storm, isn't it? We've just got four Trinispheres. So Chalice on 0 and Chalice on 2 are actually arguably better against the Storm deck than Chalice on 1. Didn't know exactly what our opponent was playing. Depending on how the opponent's Storm hand lines up, like if they draw a bunch of Lion's Eye Diamonds, this is pretty good. Hopefully their hand's got a bunch of Brainstorms and stuff in it. They shuffle their Ponder last turn. They did not shuffle their Ponder last turn. Okay, so now they're just casting their 1-mana spells to get their hand empty for Infernal Tutor. Yep, we gonna die? My favorite thing is dying on turn 2 after I played a Chalice of the Void for 1. It's just like, just good clean living, really. They have goblins in their main deck? This might just be goblins. Alright, yep. Good clean living, like I said. We have 3 copies of Fiery Confluence in my main deck. So, we'll take one more draw step here. No joke, we have 3 outs. We have 3 copies of Fiery Confluence, which deals 1 damage to each creature. Probably should have played a land there. Alright, we died. Watch it be the next card. Pretty far away. Alright, so Storm. The Trinispheres are an easy in. The extra Fiery Confluence seems fine. A lot of times they play out their artifacts preemptively, so destroying that is reasonable. Chandra's okay. I actually don't really love Blood Moon in this matchup. While I don't love Blood Moon, Magus of the Moon is okay because it can, what's the word I'm searching for? It can attack. And a lot of the times, like, these games come out of this awkward game where, like, I played a lock piece, but I don't have a threat yet. I'm gonna cut the Seething Songs. Going fast in this matchup is okay, but a lot of the times we just kind of blaze out. I'm going to cut 2 Chandras and 2 Songs, actually. The extra mana acceleration isn't fantastic against Disruption, like discard that our opponent's deck often has. Macabre for when they pass in flames. Maybe Macabre is okay. I haven't actually played this matchup with that card in my deck, so I'm not sure. This hand is great. We get to go Chalice on 1, Chalice on 0. And then we just need to draw some mana sources. Beat them down with this Magus of the Moon. Hope to not get Hurkyl's recalled or Echoing Truth. Yeah, the format changed. Chandra was very good against Miracles, and the format's different now. You know? Some hands need to draw land, some hands need to draw spells. Yeah! Opponent's only got 1 land. Yay! Magic! Magic is fun and exciting, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Magic is fun and exciting. No, we didn't make blue mana with the pedal, you're right. No, again, that was Legacy changes as a format. The Godo Batterskull package was to grind out Miracles. So if we're not grinding out Miracles, we're not doing that anymore. And again, I think this is actually a great example of like why Magus of the Moon is kind of okay. Because like if they don't have Hurkyl's or Echoing Truth here, we're just gonna like beat them down for 10 turns with this Magus of the Moon. And by that I mean we're about to get Hurkyl's. Yep, alright, well, you know, good games, opponent. Well played. GG, WP. I assume we are dead here. If they're casting that, I assume we're dead. You know. They know the Fiery Confluence is here because of the Gataxi Probe. I guess they could also just be looking for, we're not necessarily dead. They could just go, like, Petal Therapy or Swamp Therapy and take the Chalice of the Voids away. So we're not necessarily dead because they could just discard these from our hand. The best part about playing decks like this is we just get to auto-pass and hang out while we ask our opponent, am I dead? Am I dead? Are we dead yet? Raise your hand when I'm dead, opponent, and I'll look up and sign the match slip. Thankfully we have all those treasure chests from the Commander League we just expertly 5-0'd, so. They have Chrome Mox in their deck. Interesting. If we hit a land, we'll put Chalice on 2, yeah. I assume we're getting Cabal Therapy here, though. Or at the very least, arrest. Oh no, we're dying. Okay, good. I was worried. I was worried there for a second. I was worried we were going to get to untap. Woo! Woo! You had me worried there, opponent. Thought I was going to get to untap. Thought I was going to have to untap. That would have been really unfortunate if I had to untap. Yeah, take the Cabal Therapy. How does Dredge do in Legacy? Dredge is like tier 4 in Legacy. It's not particularly great. Alright, they need mana here. So they're at 8, but they need mana. I don't know what you want. You want this? Yeah. Okay, we can have that. Alright, they found a Lotus Petal and a Lion's Eye Diamond. Is that good enough? Storm is 7. I don't know. They can do them. They could have had a Ritual left over, I suppose. Oh, they had a Chrome Mox left over. Okay, so that's going to be... Yeah, that's enough for exact lethal. So they go Tutor. They go LED, Tutor, and then... Yeah, so we're dead. Woo! Woo! I was worried. I was worried we were going to get another turn there. LED. Manaless Dredge is like unplayable budget tier garbage. It's very, very bad. The only reason Manaless Dredge sees any amount of play is because it's very inexpensive to build. Gosh, we lost another die roll. We're so bad at this. Yeah, I haven't practiced. I haven't practiced with Big Red in a while, so we're pretty... Keep losing all these die rolls. What do I think of the new depth trade? Don't have an educated opinion on it. Haven't played with or against it. I think I want to be slow and play this on 2. Yeah, Sev, this is my normal stream slot every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning. Although this week I'm leaving for Gen Con on Wednesday afternoon, so it's just going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. God, that's an ugly brainstorm. Foils look so awful on this game. Holy crap, that's terrible. That's atrocious. Thank you to everyone that's hanging out here today. I know there's a lot of different things you could be doing, different people you could be watching. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your Monday here with us. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Nero, you're fine. We link hex stuff during Magic all the time. Link hex stuff during Magic all the time, and vice versa. Nope, haven't been playing the Esper deck. Another Chalice for 1. Means when this one gets dazed, we're slightly less sad. Getting forced. Sweet. I love me a Hymn to Torok pitching Ponder deal. Means this is slightly more likely to resolve. Mythic Fishbon with the 2-month resubscription. Thank you very much. I appreciate the continued support. I'm sorry the Twitch alerts seem to be foobarred today. I don't know why my gifts aren't coming up. They must be having network issues. But thank you for the continued support. I really do appreciate it. All right, well that was an excellent draw. In the biz we like to call that one a winner. We're gonna cast the Seething Song, and they don't have any mana, so we can't get dazed. Well, they could only daze us. They only have one card, so they forced the Chalice of the Void for one. So now we get to Seething Song, and then we get to Sneak Attack, and then we get to Great Big Grizzly Bees. Oh, you had the daze, huh? I would love to pay for that daze. All right, does this resolve? Oh, that resolves, huh? I would love to put in this Griselbrand. I would like to draw some cards. I would like to play this Lotus Petal. I would like to draw some cards. I'd like to play this Lotus Petal. I'd like to activate the Sneak Attack. And these are the fair and balanced things that you too can do in the Legacy format. Trigger. Shoot these guys. And see, I'm putting the Inferno Titan in before the Emrakul, because once I put the Emrakul in, they're going to concede. So I want to get the maximum amount of things on the table. Burn's a fine tier 2 deck. Hey, the gang's all here. No! Come back, opponent! I didn't even get to attack yet! Come back! No! Opponent! Opponent didn't want to have any more fun with me. That's so sad. Alright, so we're going to board out the Seething Songs. We're going to board in... Fiery Confluence seems pretty decent. I think Chandra's a little bit awkward. It's been a while since I've played this matchup. I think the Kozilek's returns are good too. Let's bring in a couple Kozilek's returns and a couple 3-balls. Seems Dece plus, baby. This deck list actually isn't on my tapped out page because Magic Online's a piss poor piece of software. Someday, Magic Online will be like Hex and have an API. As of right now, the current people that make Magic Online, I assume they don't even know what the words API stand for. But someday it will have an API, and then I'm adding it to my thing right now. I'm adding it to my tapped out page right now because I have to manually do this stuff instead of just hitting the save button and having it appear there. So for those that are unaware, in Hex, when I click the deck save button, it automatically pops it on a website because Hex is sweet, slick software. They know. Seems a little medium. My opponent has a particularly aggressive start. It's not going to be very good, but it's like decent against Wasteland. What is going on at Gen Con that's causing me to attend? We went last year, Kitchen Finks. My wife really likes board games, so. We went last year and we're going again this year. Really enjoyed it. I think this is a mulligan. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. They have like Cabal therapies and stuff post board most times, so just like hitting our land drops and having 3 things that need to counter. It's probably okay. Another basic mountain's not stellar. Although we do get to look at all of our big, beautiful basic mountains. You're a beautiful basic mountain. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. What's going on, Max? Need some children cam? Oh, they don't have any fetches. That's good for us. Yeah, Gen Con was a good time last year. It's a fatty boom. And again, like, so people often ask when you talk about this deck, like, how does this deck play through Disruption? And the way you play through Disruption with this deck is just by playing a bunch of things that they all have to answer. So they need to counter this Trinisphere, they're probably going to lose the game. They need to counter this Sneak Attack, or they're probably going to lose the game. They need to counter this Through the Breach, or they're probably going to lose the game. So just like, okay, and I'm actually going to play around Daze since my opponent doesn't have any relevant pressure on the table. They need to counter this Inferno Titan, or they're going to lose the game. So, next turn, if they had pressure, I'd probably would gem the Trinisphere into a Daze here. But because they don't, I'm just going to wait. Alright, hopefully we don't get Cabal therapied here. Although, Cabal Therapy won't be a 2-for-1. So, like, this is the punishment for waiting to play around a daze. They could Probe Therapy us, but, like, they hadn't yet. So I think it's... Alright, dude. You want a different show? What show do you want? You're not taking the phone out of my hand. What show do you want? Okay, Robocar sounds great. Let's put on Robocar. It's one you both like. Usually. Okay, Robocar's going up. Yep, Delver resolves. Wasteland. Hopefully they don't disrupt us with that. What is my favorite Big Red moment? My favorite is when they concede on the first turn of the game. Especially... Oh, that one's really good. Alright, well, they have to counter this one. That resolved. Okay, so for people that are unfamiliar with Trinisphere, Trinisphere says you have to pay 3 mana for everything. So that means Daze costs 3 mana now, Force of Will costs 3 mana. The Omni Z with the brand new $4.99 subscription. I really appreciate that. Subscription are the best way you could support my content here, so thank you and welcome. Opponent drew a Ponder, which they are not playing. Because if they play the Ponder, they will die. They could have K-Command, yeah. So, and this is how we get them now. So, I'm going to pass to them, and on their turn, I'll Through the Breach. And if they want to counter the Through the Breach, they're going to have to spend 3 mana because of the Trinisphere. Grixis Silver doesn't usually play Abrupt Decay. And I'm actually going to Through the Breach inside of combat here, so I can eat this Insectile Aberration. And if they don't counter this, the Griselbrand's going to come into play, and it's going to block this, and we're going to gain a bunch of life. This is Sultai Delver? Maybe. It could be Grixis Delver. Did we see red sources out of the game 1? I actually don't remember if we saw red sources out of them game 1. Okay, it could be Sultai Delver. I'm just used to Grixis because that's the more popular one. Are they thinking about this here? This would be so good if they let this resolve. Nice. Look at all of our big, beautiful, basic mountains. Your wasteland has no power here, opponent. No power. There is no power for you. You are powerless to stop us. Sure. I cannot pay 1 mana for days. I will take 4. Probably pretty terrible. You had to blood. Alright, they're dead, right? Just like cast sneak attack. They can't cast any spells because of Trinisphere. Activate, put in Grizzly Bees. Activate, put in Inferno Titan. Trigger, the others are just dead, right? This is 12 and... Alright, good quality. The fairest games of Magic found across the land. Found right here on this channel at this very moment. Hilarious Max with the Craigrasm cheers. Thank you very much for the severed heads in the cup. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Did I do my plug yet? I feel like I did my plug recently. I'll throw a sponsor slide up while we wait. Thanks everyone for hanging out. What are this deck's bad matchups? This deck's bad matchups are itself. So... The bad matchups are itself. Sometimes you just like brick off and die. When this is the type of deck where when you are firing on all cylinders, you are running over absolutely everyone. You are running over absolutely everyone when you're running on all cylinders in this deck. How is Delver ever supposed to be So, the problem with Pauper is that there's only friendly Pauper leagues, and because Pauper is so cheap to play on Magic Online, the Pauper Challenge has a lot of people that play in it, and the Pauper Challenge is also the same day as the Legacy Challenge, and I really don't like double queuing Magic Online events. So, I would rather play the Legacy Challenge. The Legacy Challenge averages somewhere between 50 and 70 players, and the Pauper Challenge seems to average somewhere between like 80 and 120 players. What do you find attractive about this kind of game? Well, I think it's really funny to watch my opponent salt on the table. Children, play nice. Yay, my basement was clean for half a day. We 5-0'd that EDH league because we are an EDH professional. It has nothing to do with the format being high variance monstrosity. There were only 60 players for Pauper yesterday? Holy crap. I should re-look my data. That's super tiny. There were only 57 for Legacy, though. Wow, that's... Huh. I wonder how long the format challenges are going to stick around on Magic Online. They've all hemorrhaged a lot of people, right? Yep. Yeah, like I said, the cards that are... Legacy is kept artificially expensive on Magic Online because WotC doesn't want people to play it. Like, it's the, only explanation. Look, I'm kind of 9-1 in my last 2 Commander leagues, so yeah, we're kind of rolling. Look at all of these treasure chests. Look at them, 51 chests. How much treasure can be found in 51 treasure chests? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Destroyer of homebrews, the dirtiest of net deckers. Okay, we're kind of EDH rich over here, right? So, treasure chests are down right now. They're only like 2.15 in terms of sale value. So I'm waiting for them to bump back up to like 2.3 or 2.4. I've got plenty of tickets and play points currently, so I'm just kind of sitting on the treasure chests until they bounce back up so I can make a little bit more money off of them. For those that are wondering, unlike the rest of the streamers that open treasure chests on stream, I like money. I pay a significant portion of my mortgage on Magic Online events, just like cashing out treasure chests, because, there's money to be made in this game. The challenge events are great, so by not cashing them out, you can turn them easily into actual dollars. Well, this is a turn 2 Worldspine Wurm, so I'm going to keep. Unfortunately, again, I haven't been practicing playing Big Red, so we lost another die roll. What's your constructed rating on MTGO? I don't know. I can look at that over here, right? Where do I see that? Game history? It's not that high. It's only, and like, I'm not even winning that much, right? Like, my rating's not even 1800. Like, and I've won 2 of these things recently. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. My little Chalice of the Void. How do you cash them out? Yeah, you sell the tickets. MTGO traders will give you 95 cents per ticket all day, every day. So I sell lots of them to them. They didn't daze this, so I think I'm fine not playing around daze here. What a fair and balanced game of Magic we have played. Here's my Worldspine Wurm. I'm just gonna wiggle on over, the wiggliest of the worms. So people that are unfamiliar, oh no, come back, opponent. My opponent didn't even let us make more 5/5s. That's so rude. Why didn't you want to play more Magic with me, opponent? I don't understand. Why didn't my opponent want to play any more Magic with me? God, it feels, as someone who spent a significant portion of the last couple of months, like, grinding people down with Grixis Delver, just, like, putting a fucking 15/15 into play on turn 2 is so liberating. You're just like, alright, kill you. Kill you! Oh, baby. Oh, the DO stands for Digital Objects. Magic Online Digital Objects. Oh, Magic's great. Magic's great. And, like, that player probably had a hand that if we were playing Grixis Delver, they were going to grind us into the dust. But we weren't playing Grixis Delver. We were killing them on turn 2. This is a good release. I needed this. Oh, Delver. Oh, don't delve me, baby. Don't delve me, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Every day we be delving, yo. Flip it over. Force of will. That's rude. God, we can pay for the days. Holy crap, we can pay for the days. Trinisphere. Sweet, they don't have a days. Alright, that means next turn we get to cast, we get to Through the Breach Inferno Titan. Clean up their board. How'd you play something less fun than this? I don't understand. I don't get it. Why? I don't understand. Why do people play decks that aren't this? And we're kind of going to be under enough pressure here that we, like, have to just jam this. Like, normally I would play the Blood Moon first. Ooh, they showed us days. That's unfortunate. Now we have to Blood Moon first. Okay, so we're going to take... I might just be dead here. No, I'm not really playing paper events this year. Sneak attack. Alright, if they don't have a bolt, they don't have another counterspell. We could possibly get back in this game. Last card's always bolt. Yeah, I mean, and so, like, people say that, like, they really enjoyed watching me, and I appreciate that, but, like, you know, if I just, like, spend the weekend streaming, everyone gets to watch me for a really long time when I stream. So, like, why wouldn't I just stream? Bolt me? Bolt me? Don't bolt me. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yep, play a Pyromancer. That's fine. You know what's great against... God! This deck is fucking awesome! Why would we play anything other than this deck ever? I am so dumb. Why did we play Grixis Delver for so long? This is way easier. Man, trigger! Attack! Trigger! Woo! Magic is fun! Magic is fun! Magic is fun! Did I miss lethal? I might have missed lethal. I might have missed... Oh, they don't want to play anymore. That's fine. Doesn't matter that we missed lethal. Nice Delver decks, opponent! Nice Delver decks! Ooh, baby! Ooh, baby, baby! A true skill game that we play. For those of you that are joining us for this skill game, my name is Jeff Hoagland. Oh, is that the same opponent? What is that? Welcome to Legacy Leagues. I didn't even realize it was the same opponent. Just 4-0 the same guy. Poor opponent. If you are enjoying the dirty things that we are doing to this opponent over and over and over again, I'd appreciate it if you hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything, helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, please consider subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. You also support my content by supporting my sponsors. You're going to probably buy some of these things anyways as a Magic player, so if you're going to buy Magic Online cards, do so from mggotraders.com. You can save 8% on your singles order spend with code HoaglandPayPal. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells physical trading cards as well as board games and stuff, and you can save 5% on your TCG singles from Cool Stuff Inc. with code Jeff5. InkGaming.com can help you customize your gaming experience. They do custom playmats and mouse pads and sleeves. And then finally, SpareDeck.com offers kind of a unique thing. They will rent you any standard or modern deck. And anywho, we're going to go ahead and pop back into the game here. And we've finally done it, ladies and gentlemen. We have finally won a die roll. And we're going to keep because we have a turn 1 Blood Moon on the play. No, I don't think so. I think, so Hex has 2 $1,000 cash tournaments that I can play every single weekend. Magic Online has the Magic Online Challenge events that I can play every single weekend. I'm actually on track to make more money from playing card games this year, just playing online, than I did playing on the SCG Tour last year. And I had a pretty good year on the SCG Tour. It's just like, the overhead of traveling to play Magic is so high. Yeah, the Hex 1K is $7 to enter. For a $7 entry fee, I get to play for a $500 first place prize. Like, it's kind of unreal. Blood Moon, go. Oh no. Oh no, is it a beer? Please don't tell me it's a beer. It'd be terrible and terrifying. Hopefully they're an Eldrazi. Or some other bad stompy deck. Oh no! This matchup's really bad for us. They're likely playing Sneak and Show. Sneak and Show is a terrible matchup for this deck. It's really, really bad. Mostly because Chalice and Blood Moon don't work. Alright, back up Blood Moon. I'm holding these because if we draw another land, we can play this Inferno Titan. Yeah, Blood Moon happened to be good against this draw. I'm gonna put this on one, I guess, in case... Actually, huh. Am I supposed to put this on 1, or am I supposed to put it on 0? Are they more likely to draw a Lotus Petal or a basic island? They're probably more likely to draw a Lotus Petal, but I really don't want to shut off my Lotus Petals. I've already played one, but, like, drawing a Lotus Petal would be good for us here. Chalice on 3 is actually not a bad idea. The problem is I, like, don't have the mana to do that. They could have a Force by this point. They do not. Sweet. How quickly is this lethal? This attacks for 13 next turn, so you're dead in 2. Every day we breathe in fire. Yeah! Actually, we have some cards on our board for this matchup. Got these here. Then they're Ashen Riders. Alright, cut the Blood Moons. Fiery Confluence is like Reach, I guess. I guess Trinisphere technically interacts with them, right? Trinisphere, what's the word I'm looking for? It slows down their Omniscience game plan. So I guess we'll put that in. We can, like, Ashen Rider their basic lands by sneaking it into play, too. I think this hand's fine. Like, Chalice for 1-on-1. Yeah, 3 balls good against counter magic. What a lucker. Has a fetch land. Probably gonna get a basic island. It's a lot of mana. I'd be too surprised to get Spell Pierced here. I'm always on the fence on whether or not I like Seething Song in this matchup. So, Seething Song in general is a card we want to board out when we expect counterspells and discard out of our opponent. But it also, this matchup's so bad that I feel like I have to, like, try and race them. So, like, Seething Song is good at racing them. What do you think would make Modern better right now? I wish Modern had consistency in the cards that they allowed to be legal. I just, like... I want them to ban all of the fast mana or ban none of the fast mana. I want them to tell me that Summer Bloom putting Primeval Titan into play is not okay on turn 2. Well, then okay. Then what also isn't okay is putting 13 power into play with Dredge on turn 2. Just, like, pick a line in the sand. I just feel like we can play 1-mana 9/9s, but I can't cast Stoneforge Mystic, I can't cast Bloodbraid Elf, I could put Karn into play on turn 3, but I can't cast Jace the Mind Sculptor on 4. Like, it's actually decent. Huh. Am I just end-stepping this? I feel like I'm end-stepping this. Like, whether or not Modern is good or bad right now is a really that's a subjective opinion, right? Like, whether or not you enjoy Modern, like whether or not Grixis Death Shadow like being good or Eldrazi Tron being good, whether or not those are bugs or features depends on subjective feelings about opinions about the format. What I think is objectively true though is that they're not consistent in how they apply the ban list to the format. No, so Paper Magic is approximately 5 times as much work to do as streaming Magic Online, and it's half as popular. So, my Paper Magic streams are not very popular because they're difficult to follow compared to Magic Online. Okay, Seething Song. Cast Through the Breach. I have a Force here, sure. Pitching Omniscience, sure. Probably just gonna be dead to, do I want to cast a Lotus Petal? That's an interesting question. I don't think I do, no. Because if I draw a sneak attack next turn, I would like to be able to kill them. They don't have a threat? Okay. Can't cast that one. I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. Huh. You want to cast that? Yeah, that's probably great, right? It just means if they cantrip, they can't cantrip into another cantrip. Like, they're at 13, so I think the difference between 13 and not are pretty similar. They're forcing this, pitching an Omniscience, sure. Deal. Am I dead? Kill me! Alright, you know, details. I'm not dead yet. They're actually dead here, right? If this resolves, if these resolve, they're dead. Trigger. They have like a spell pierce here, right? If this and this resolves, though. Ooh, hard cast force. Alright. Alright, so they're dead to one more spell. Just need a mana source. Or like a Lotus Petal. They could kill us, though. They could just rip it and kill us. Please don't kill me. 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 No! Now this is interesting. Do they draw cards after they hit us with this? Because if they draw cards, they die to any spell. Man, the greed. Holy crap. Land. Land. Lotus Petal. Chalice of the Void. Deal. Trigger. That was one of the many lethal draws we had. Survey says... Yay! Magic! Look at that. Game 3s are for chumps. 4 matches, 45 minutes. That's what the Big Red is all about. The Big Red way of life. 4 matches, 45 minutes. Ooh, baby! Oh, baby! Oh, baby, baby! Ooh, baby, baby! Hope everyone's having half as much fun as I am here, slaying nerds here on a Monday morning. Win fast or go home. Any Trons? I don't think so. I think we might, I don't know what we're doing after this. We might play another league with this. I'm kind of having a good time. It's a good start, right? It's way better than we did a bunch of losing last time. Trotted Legacy. Oh. Yeah, we've been sitting in the queue, like, that's 45 minutes with probably, like, 15 minutes of waiting in the queue. So we've played 4 matches at 30 minutes of game time. I kind of wanted to play... Did I import the modern list? I didn't. I don't want to play standard. Ugh. If someone else wanted to pay for it, I would 10 out of 10 enter a Legacy League with the Modern Tron deck. 110%. The only change I would make is I would upgrade the green-black duels to Bayous. If someone wants to send me $12, we will play a Legacy League with green-black Tron with Bayous. Donate button is down below. Skillfully won another die roll. Force check. They're figuring out what they're pitching to their force. Oh, we can add Eye of Ugin? Alright, we might add Eye of Ugin over this stupid thing. Oh. Oh, this gonna be real good. Give me a worm. Give me a worm. Give me a worm. Snack attack, huh? Gonna play the Blood Moon and lock them out of the game, hopefully. And then hopefully we don't die to this Eldrazi Mimic before we draw mana and a threat. Yeah, we already have Seething Song here, so like we're pretty likely. This matchup's pretty good for us on average. But, you know, sometimes, again, our deck just beats itself. You just, like, don't draw lands. Legacy Homebrew Tron. Well, 10 out of 10 play Tron. If someone wants to send us, someone else wants to pay for it. We'll quickly lose. It's actually probably pretty good against, like, the mid-range fair decks, right? I think 12 post is playable. I don't think so. It's probably not any worse than playing Modern Tron. Okay, so we need one more mana source and then a fatty. Hey, look, a mana source. I'm going to hold on to that for now. Playing an endless one for 5? Sure. Alright, so just need a boom. We need a fatty boom. Need a fatty boom. And again, like I said, this matchup's actually really good for us, but sometimes someone asks what our worst matchups are. This deck's worst matchup is itself. Sometimes you just brick and die. We still have one more draw step, so like, you know, everything could be set straight here with a single draw. Like, hitting a Worldspine Wurm ends the game. Hitting a Griselbrand maybe ends the game. Emrakul is not good enough here. Worm or Grizzly Bees. Inferno Titan. Here's to you, Karn. Alright, and we're dead? Alright, I guess we're gonna build Legacy Tron after this. That sounds like something I will enjoy doing. Alright, so Chalice is pretty terrible against another Chalice deck. Chandra seems fine. Magus of the Moon seems fine. Fiery Confluence seems fine in the abstract. I think it's better than Kozilek's Return. We're probably going to need a Karn emote. I agree. A Karn emote would probably be great. Import deck. Legacy Tron. Make a couple changes here before we get cards for it. Good old Legacy Tron. So let's cut the Blue Big Marshes and the Land War Waste and the Ghost Quarter and the Sanctum of Ugin. We got some very clear... Okay, we'll do this in a second. Let's play the match. Huh. This is a mulligan. Like, Emrakul just doesn't actually win the game. And, like, it needs more mana. I'd have to play City of Traitors on one. It's also terrible. Yep. Alright, well, we're just gonna pass the turn of the first. We're gonna play 2 Lotus Petals, then we're gonna pass the turn. The Ashen Riders are for decks with Show and Tell in them, primarily. Oh no, they're just gonna play a bunch of 2/2s? Oh, just 1 2/2, God bless. Bayou, I have a good baby trying to shifter. Thank you for the donation. We are gonna Tron the crap out of this next Legacy League. Alright, so this dies to Dismember, which is unfortunate, but, you know, these were the 5 cards we were dealt. We just draw lands for, like, the next 3 turns. We could cast this Chandra, then maybe have a chance this game. It's a race you want, opponent. Oh no, not a 3/3. Man, we're so dead. We're so dead. Oh no. Oh no. I think that like literally kills us, right? Pretty sure we just can't find enough mana fast enough now. I think I actually need to trade here, so that way I could draw, just like hope their hand is full of bricks. Like, they have anything here and we're dead, right? They have a thing. That's sad. Alright, that's fine. We got our chest back. And again, you know, like I said, that, them's the beats sometimes. Oh no, Tron! Alright, so we have had